I don't really see nobody stopping me. I done overcome a lot of shit. Came from the bottom to the top, and this esophagus. Hardest sparking, but the parking if they doubting it.
What's going on, YouTube world? Welcome back to Tactical CO2 Replicas. I am Dolan, and today we're going to be talking about one of the best. It is the Crosman Dpms. Now, the Crosman Dpms is an SBR platform that came out in conjunction with Panther Arms, and in my opinion, they knocked it out of the park. It is one badass replica. I mean, there's not much that I can complain about it. Now, we'll start off by, as you can see, I've done some extensive modifications to mine and some add-ons, some little bit of slickery, but we'll move from that. I'll tell you about that in a bit. We'll talk about what it came with stock. Now, stock, it came with your full Picatinny upper 3-position, Picatinny on the side and on the bottom. It came with rear and front iron sights. The front sight is, I believe, yes, non-adjustable. Had to think about that one. I have too many replicas. But anyway, the rear was windage adjustable and had 2 different reticles to flip back and forth from, which was pretty nice. But I took it off and opted for a optic. Anyway, it had a 6-position rear buffer tube system. It was attached and non-removable. Well, unless you knew what you were doing and removed it. But it was non-removable, and it was kind of a funky design, but it was pretty cool, futuristic, kind of modernized version of the buffer tube system. And I've actually seen similar systems on other ARs that you can buy. So I won't complain about that. I just didn't like it. It wasn't for my taste. Now, it does come with a full-size dropout magazine. It is 30-round capacity and has a dual CO2 feed system, which I believe they're one of the first people that came out with that. And it is pretty reliable, and you get a pretty high shot count with that. Other than that, it is the function of it is pretty good, and I've never had really any problems with it. So moving on from that, it is a full blowback. It has a real charging handle, which actually operates, and the paddle release operates just like the real thing. Hold on, let me find it. There it is. Boom. As you saw, or maybe didn't, when you pull the charging handle, dust cover flops open like the real deal. I mean, dude, this replica is bad. It has a spring inside the buffer tube like the real one would. Operates a little different, but has a hammer feed system, which, I mean, it's pretty nice. The only thing that I will mention that I've had problem-wise with this was the action piston seat cracked, because it's made of like some pot metal brittle crap. But when I contacted Crosman, they had no problem sending me a replacement and didn't even charge me. So I'm very happy with that. And kudos to Crosman. Thank you. We're back in operation, shooting and plinking like never before. Thank you. Anyway, other than that, it has your fire selector switch, which is only on the left side like the original would have been. But you have your semi-auto and full auto function. It is pretty responsive as far as the click. As you can hear that, it's pretty nice and responsive. You know when you're slotted in and ready to go. And it comes with your AR platform type pistol grip, the original with the little knobby thing in there. I'm not a fan. But the only complaint I could say that I have for this replica is that the forward assist does not function. But other than that, there are other AR platform replicas. I'll mention the Hellboy. I do not own one, but I've seen plenty of reviews. And there's some big differences. Of course, this has the full auto and semi-auto function. The Hellboy does not. The Hellboy, however, is made of metal, which, dang, if they could, you know, come together on that. Because this one is made of a pretty high quality polymer. I mean, I've had 0 flex in this. It's like a glass filled polymer, and it's very nice. Now, Other than that, that's pretty much what you get with the DPMS. There are other packages, I believe, that come with scopes and so forth, but mine did not. Let's talk about what I've done to this. Now, I wanted a real looking replica. So before the R1 and the Bushmaster APC and the other models that have came out, since this one's inception, I decided I no longer liked the buffer tube system, and I swapped it out. I put a BCM buffer tube system, Magpul rear buttstock, 6th position, of course. I also added a MOE. What is this one again? Oh, it's the K2, MOE K2. It has the compartment for storage. So, I mean, what can I put in there? Extra BBs or maybe extra batteries for my EOTech clone sight. But man, this is comfortable. It's got this rubbery grip to it, and it's very nice. I did a custom Ranger pad mod to this. Also, your MOE front grip laser, of course. This one is similar to the one I have on my MPX, but this one does not have the pressure pad attachment. Of course, as you know me by now, I have to suppress, man. I don't know why I have an obsession with suppression, but I do. And this one I formulated from a mag light flashlight. If you believe that, I really did cut it apart and I made this. And I mean, looks like something you can get right off of e-bike. And I pride myself on making my own things. I don't like having to spend too much money. If I have to, yes, I will. But other than that, I have the EOTech 552 clone replica. Remember how you turn this bad boy on. It does have your green and red choice in the reticle. It is brightness adjustable, and of course windage and height adjustable. Batteries go in the front. It is not a bad little clone optic and works perfect for this. I also have done something I haven't seen anybody else do. I have the ambidextrous charging handle, which, man, it was not very difficult to make, but tell you what, works perfectly, looks great, and brings the whole build together. If I failed to mention anything, my apologies. Oh, yeah. Also skeletonized my trigger. That's just something I had to do and see if I could do it. But look at that. If you can see it, I hope you can. I think it looks fantastic. And again, my purpose of my channel is to showcase the replicas and also show you what possibilities can be had. This was my preference. I went with the stealth gray. A lot of people went with the FDE or just kept it your stock black, but I wanted to do something different, urban environment type, you know, camouflage, and I went with this. Well, anyway, there are a lot of different things you can do with this platform, and it is great in my opinion. With that said, I would like to thank you guys for joining me today. I love this gun, and I love your attention. Like and subscribe, and please tune in for the next episode. You guys are very much appreciated. As always, Tactical CO2 Replicas. I am Dolan. Have a good day.
I don't really see nobody stopping me. I done overcome a lot of shit. Came from the bottom to the top, and that's how it gets. Hardest sparking, but the parking if they doubting it. I done been the realest with the wordplay. Been the illest with